Hey everybody. Hey, welcome to my channel. This is what I encountered when I tried to mow the yard today. I have this pole and self-propelled lawnmower. I don't know if you might have one of these or not. This has been a good lawnmower. I've only used it, I think this is maybe my third season, but it's been a good strong lawnmower. But I guess where these wheels are made out of plastic, this one happened to break. But they have this little cog, this little gear that goes in here on this axle and goes against this little cog to make the thing go. And without that, it's not self-propelled. And so the wheel broke off, and there's no way of putting that on there without this. And I couldn't find one of these wheels. And so what I've had to do is try to make up a way to fix this one. And so I got these large panhead screws, a little pack of those, and some lock washers and nuts. And then I got this ceiling fan pancake box. You can pick that up at Lowe's or anywhere. And most of these holes are already in here. You have to have a hole in the center for the axle so you can put the nut on the axle. But then these two holes, they're already here. And I just had to drill these two holes, and that was all. Because this hole here is just a knockout like these, and I just knocked that out. It was already there. So a real simple fix. And then when I drilled these holes in the center hub, I just made sure I kept this center so that I could put the axle through here and put the nut on the axle with a socket. So it's important you keep that centered. But basically what you want to do is you just put it back together the way that it broke. And you can usually see with this plastic, there's a certain way that it breaks, and you can see about where it broke and put it right back together, right in the same spot. Like that, so that the break is right back where it's supposed to be. And then what I plan to do is, which I've already had it on there once, so it fits, but I'll put this on there and get it lined up. And what this is going to do is this area here around the pancake box is going to pull to this wheel, and it'll pull these two opposing forces together. You have this center hub that wants to fall out the back, and then this wheel that wants to fall off the front, and this is going to pull them both together and draw them together so that they can't pull apart. That's the ideal anyway. So we get these lined up here. Sort of like that. Get our washers and nuts on each one of them. And this is basically going to lock these two pieces back together and make them stronger than they were really from the factory, I think. So basically I'm going to tighten this down. Make sure it's all good and tight. I'm not going to over tighten it because, like I said, it's all plastic. So I'll just be snugging it up. And those big panhead screws, they'll pull against the inside. I'll show you that in a second once I get these snugged up. It's going to look like a big hubcap on my lawnmower. If this works, I may put one on the other side just to keep it from breaking. But you can see how the idea there, in theory, should work because it's pulling those two things together and they can't pull apart anymore. And like I said, if I could have found a wheel for this thing, I would have just bought a new wheel. But I went to 2 or 3 places and nobody had one. And I could probably order one online or something like that, but I thought I would just try to make sure and find a way just to fix it so I can get the yard mowed. I really don't have weeks to wait on something to come from Amazon or somewhere. my yard will get out of hand. And I really think this is going to hold well enough that it'll probably last the whole season. So I'm just snugging them up. I'm not over tightening them, because that pan head is going to be pulling up against the plastic on the inside. So I think that's probably tight enough. I used those lock washers on there so that those nuts wouldn't back off when I'm going through the yard. So you can see the nuts on the, or see the pan heads on the inside, how they've pulled in tight against the plastic. And all this is one solid piece again. That's pulled together. It pulled this inner hub outward and this wheel inward. Just sandwiched them together, made them nice and tight. That'll go right on there.
Tell me how much it cost to fix it,
Dad. The cost on this was probably less than $10, probably about maybe $6, but with the screws and the ceiling fan pancake box. It's on there nice and tight. That's as tight as that'll go. And I think these are plenty tight enough. We'll check them one more time. All right, now we'll fire it up and see what happens.